Hey everyone, Mike here with another classic dirt tracks walk around video. This time I've got Honda's new 700 Rubicon 4x4. Before I get into the details of this machine, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. Ding that little bell so you get all the alerts from us for new videos. We're pumping out new content constantly right now. And give us a like if you enjoyed this video. Plus, get those comments coming right now. It's my responsibility to manage all the messages that come in on YouTube. So I'm the one responding to every comment that goes online. So if it's worthy of a comment, I'll respond. At the very least, if you're nice to me, you get a like, and I'll give you that little heart, that beautiful little red heart, which is the same color as this unit over here. So back to this, we've got the Rubicon 700. And before you get all hyped going, oh my gosh, they've come up with a completely new ATV. Yes and no. The Rubicon 700 is actually the overhauled Rincon, and I'm not exactly sure why they've adapted the Rubicon name, considering there are vast differences to this machine and the other Rubicons in the Rubicon line. Realistically, I think it should have remained the Rincon, but that's not my decision, and I'm just here to give you the details. So let's go over some of the features that are new and some of the things that aren't. Okay, so again, we've got new plastics, beautiful new bodywork. It's a gorgeous looking machine. I'm not going to take anything away from that. This red is so mint, it's shiny, it's beautiful. Really looks like a high quality machine. We've got painted front racks and this painted brush guard up front here that look really nice, both front and rear racks. They've also done some integrated storage here. They got this really nice compartment that, as you can see, it closed, or sorry, it's sealed pretty tight, and it is tougher to open. I was kind of concerned about it being facing forward, that it might fly open when riding and, you know, tear the lid off, but realistically, this thing seals super tight. I don't think that's ever going to happen. It's not the biggest storage compartment, but I mean, you know, throw your wallet or some personal items in there or whatever, and I feel they'll be relatively safe. It also has this cool little side storage container that opens with a half-turn fastener. You know, it's nice and deep. I mean, seriously, you can fit a ton of stuff in there. It's probably big enough for a water bottle or whatever. You know, decent enough. And it's integrated right in. I got to be totally honest with you. I actually, when I first came out here to do all my overview of this machine and look over its features, I didn't even know that was there. I actually went online to look up some specs, and I was like, oh man, there's like actually a compartment there. So I actually went back out to the shop to find this ATV and checked on it. So it is integrated really nicely into the side of the machine and hidden very well. We also have this brand new light pod. We've got an LED light up front, and in the front we've got conventional headlights. So there is that difference, but this is steerable illumination from the LED up front, which is great because it's nice and bright. So you'll be able to see everything on the trail if you're riding at night or at dusk, or on a day like today when it's overcast and you're kind of blocked in from trees and stuff like that. That really adds a lot of value to this machine. On this light pod as well, they've given us a new digital display, and we'll be able to go into some more detail of this in my full test ride. It's a nice display. It's very bright, easy to read. It's not like a full color display by any means. It's essentially just a black and white screen, very basic, but it is very bright and easy to read. My only issue with it is its size. Look at that. That is actually smaller than a business card right there. It's tiny. And, you know, like I said, it does have everything on there that you'd need, and it's very easy to read. But, you know, if you're giving us a new display, why not make something that's way bigger? I'm pretty sure this is the smallest display in this category. It seems a lot smaller to me than the Grizzly has, and most definitely than the updates to the Brute Force. Essentially, I might think of one or two more things. Oh yeah, we've got these tires are 26-inch Maxxis tires. They're nice, aggressive looking. It's an aggressive looking tread. It's actually probably the nicest tire in this category. It's honestly, these are actually, in my opinion, they're better than the tires that are available in the Grizzly, and way better than the tires that come with the Brute Force. I haven't ridden a King Quad in quite a while, but I'm pretty sure by the looks of things, it has similar tires to the Grizzly. These ones are really nice and aggressive. And like I said, 26 inches wrapped around these blacked out 12-inch wheels. which is a big upgrade. You know, when we think back to how the Rincon used to look, I believe it was like silver steelies that it had. So that adds a lot of value to this machine. We got a staggered tire setup. You got 10s out back, 8 up front. Suspension wise, we've got an independent rear suspension. It's double A-arm independent rear suspension, double wishbone up front. I believe it's 8 inches of travel out of the back end and 6.3 up front. All suspended, all sprung by these, you know, very, very basic emulsion shocks. The craziest thing about these shocks is they actually offer no adjustability whatsoever. So what you see is what you get. And, you know, at regular trail speeds, these Hondas, they ride really nice, you know, but when you crank it up, it's, I feel like they're underdamped. They could use a bit more adjustability, and if they had any at all, it would have been the first thing I did. I'd like to see them either upgrade that or, you know, do something, you know, do more calibration on that. But anyways, that's what you have available to you. Front and rear rack capacity, I believe it was like 97. It's slightly less than its competition. We'll get those exact numbers and pop them up on the screen for you. But I know it, when I did a comparison, I was actually surprised. It is a bit less, considering the vehicle is actually very similar in dimensions to all the other Japanese ATVs in this class. Its rack capacity doesn't stand up, which is strange to me. At the same time that we're talking about updates, I'm going to talk about one update that was excluded, which is really strange to me, and that is EPS. Especially considering they gave it the Rubicon name. They used the Rubicon name for this machine because all the other Rubicons in that line, well, EPS is available on the Rubicons in the rest of the line. This is the only model available in this Rubicon 700, and they didn't include EPS or even give it as an option. And steering is decent, but I mean, EPS as an option just would have been the right move. And I talk about that more in my test ride. We'll go into full details about that and the ride and handling, how this machine operates, and we'll talk about that more. So stay tuned for that. But again, this is more of just a general overview. I wanted to, before I get into the engine, we'll just look at service points. You know, the seat, very, very comfortable, great in the saddle, and everything seems ergonomically, everything seems to work really fine. Let's pop this seat off. You guys like to look at service points and things here. So just quickly, we got the seat off. I'm gonna snap these off here. The cool thing, the thing I really am appreciating about Honda is how well everything works. Like everything's so snug and fits on perfectly, and like they've made the most of all the space that's available. So you got your air filter and stuff like that, access to that under there. And everything just snaps right back on, but it's not loosey-goosey. They've maximized space in the most efficient way possible. That's really, really a cool feature under there. So anyways, oh yeah, and look at that little toolkit if you need it, always handy. Pop that back on, and it just goes back on so nice. I mean, yeah, it's sometimes I have a little difficulty getting seats back on, but that one came on really nice. In my opinion, the overhauled version of the Rincon. Rincon's been around for a really long time, and you know, I think everyone in the industry has been waiting for Honda to come out with an overhauled Rincon. You know, considering it essentially was their biggest bore ATV, and you know, the flagship model in their ATV lineup, and it just got ignored, in my opinion. So this unit didn't get a new engine. We're still using the 675cc single, longitudinally mounted, with an automatic transmission mated to an hydraulic torque converter instead of a CVT. It's very smooth operation. You know, there are a lot of guys out there that'll argue CVT is the best. You know, we love riding CVT machines. I know that Honda owners love this mechanical clutching and mechanical transmission because it lasts forever. You know, we've got experience working with Graham, our camera operator. You've seen dozens of times. He had his Rincon for 13 years, piling on the most. It's insane, and it just took a beating, but it kept coming back for more. We recently got to hang out with a guy that has 126,000 kilometers on his 2009 Rincon. That's nuts. That is like absolutely nuts. You know, at that point, when I get my truck up to that point, I'm like looking to sell it. You know what I mean? And this guy's got this on an ATV that's, 15 years old. It's crazy. It's absolutely wild. So, I mean, that's just a testament to Honda's durability. And I literally can't think of another, I don't know, maybe there's other ATVs out there with that amount of Ks on them, that have a CVT and they're not experiencing any problems. I doubt it. I think it's pretty rare, but again, it's a testament to Honda's durability. Very, very cool feature there. That's those are most of the updates that I really want to talk about right now. Like I said, we've got this video, we've got my test ride coming up, and we'll go into more details there. We've actually got another great feature on the new Rincon, or sorry, on the new Rubicon coming up. You'll be able to see that as well. For now, though, why don't I hop on this thing, start her up? You can see how everything sounds. Oh, here's the other thing. Jake, just come in real quick for a sec. I just want to talk about this. So this has got auto ESP, which is Honda's auto mode. So this is, we click it into auto, and you're not responsible for any shifting. Vehicle does it all itself. It works really well. It's actually very smooth. There was no searching for the correct gear. Worked excellent. Clicking into ESP, which is an electronic shift programming, and then you can be responsible for choosing between 3 gears. So you can use these buttons over here on the left switch cluster, on the left cluster here, to go between 3 gears, and it gives you the opportunity to control shift points and be responsible for back shifting and down shifting when you're cornering and braking and that sort of thing. Access to your LED light pod, and then high and low beams on your conventional headlights, and also 2- and 4-wheel drive operated here. Now, this is unique. Oh, sorry. And the last thing I just wanted to show this gear shifter over here that goes between your drive, neutral, and reverse. It's so smooth. It's so smooth. It works just so good. I'm actually really surprised. I haven't ridden a Rincon in years, but I mean, that is insanely smooth shifting. Maybe the nicest shifter I've ever experienced on an ATV. So I'm actually really impressed with that, when usually I'm very critical of Hondas. But that's a really impressive feature, and I have been impressed with a lot of the things about this ATV. So here's a weird one. This is something I discovered when I was out yesterday. So, typically you press the brake, you turn the key on, press the brake, machine starts up right away. I turn the key on, I press the foot brake, it doesn't start. Key is on, I pull the handbrake, it doesn't start. You literally have to pull in the right brake, and then she starts up. It's weird, but it works. So I'm not exactly sure why that is. It's probably some kind of safety thing, but it starts up really good. It's a great machine. There we go. I'm back into neutral here, and it's a great sounding engine. It's just shy of 40 horsepower, but it sounds really good. It's got a decent enough bark to it, and I mean, there's decent power. I'll kill the engine here. And there's decent power out of this machine. Like I said, it's a non-EPS model. It's very, I would say, in my opinion, there's a lot of bare bones to this thing. But you know what? I read comments all the time on guys that are just like, there's too much technology. There's too much technology in ATV. Give me something that's simple and it's going to last forever. This is the machine right here. And it's actually reasonably priced, competitively priced compared to its other non-EPS 700 class Japanese mid-bore ATV competitors. So, there's a lot of value there. And again, it's like insane reputation for durability and quality that, these 5 letters on the side of the ATV give you. So, really cool. Like I said, again, we've got my full test ride will be coming up soon. We'll make sure to get this online so you can see this. Get those questions flowing. I mean, this was a quick overview, guys. So, if you've got more questions about it, I'll do my very best to answer you. And like I said, please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to our channel and ding that little bell so you get all the alerts. And that's it for today, folks. Thanks for watching.